sometimes can just be little tweaks that we choose to make. Today, my day started quite rough. I was doing traveling with my family and didn't sleep well, so I've been up since 1:30 in the morning, and it's evening time where I am now. And this was my second night of poor sleep, and I have a child who suffers from an insomnia. So I was concerned that on this trip that we're taking, me starting out with bad sleep was just going to have a downward negative effect on the rest of our time. However, I started brainstorming this morning. Am I just going to feel defeated by my circumstances and let the sadness of not getting any sleep night after night after night be what it always has to be? And actually, with traveling right now, we have another adult who can help with the kids. So I'm taking a night away to go sleep and get some really good rest for myself. I'm making the choice to make my day end differently than it started. And yes, this also means I'm spending money. Like it's not a choice that comes without anything that I have to give to make that happen. My husband also has to give in that he's in charge of the kids for the whole evening, which isn't bad, but with travel, there's always that more levels of unknown. And my one child is very connected to me, so he was not happy. He's 3. He was not happy that I was leaving. All of this I'm sharing with you. The sprinklers just came on as I'm sitting on this porch near some peonies. I'm going to let you see the peonies. Hopefully the phone doesn't get wet. Uh, these, I'm taking in some beauty before I go settle down and end the day trying to relax, trying to have some peace and calm. And really, I had to share this with you because there are many days in my life where maybe I didn't have the money to say, okay, I'm just going to go stay at a hotel tonight. But even times that I did, I didn't always choose to make that choice. And and recently this year I've been shifting, and I'm inviting you to look at where are the ways that you could be doing more for yourself, that you could be saying how this day began that wasn't really so great is not how it's going to end, and what can I shift, what can you do differently that is going to allow you to, maybe you can't take every bit of your life into your own hands and control every aspect of it. I cannot control that my son has separation anxiety and has pretty much been like that ever since whenever that develops. So somewhere around a year or so. So for the last 2 years, it's been pretty pronounced. And I don't have any control over that. We're working with him, and yet various elements of parenting wear me down, and I have really been trying to see what are the ways in which I am letting the status quo, which is not helping me, continue to be. And so in your own life, are there things that you could look at that you could make a little change today or this week, that's something that you've a little bit resigned yourself that the status quo is how it has to be, and that how your life is progressing is just the inertia or the flow, and you're just going with that flow. But when you can take a time and say, hold on, what if I want to change the current? What if I want to change the trajectory? And look at your own life and say, okay, what could I do that's a little bit different? Maybe it's not a huge change. For me, this one night away, whew, lots of wind. Supposed to get thunderstorms tonight here. But the energy I feel inside, one easy way to say it is empowered, but I really feel powerful in my life and in control. Of course, not in control of all things, but in control of the situation wasn't going well, and I started looking at what are the resources I have to change this? What are the things that I could do to make this turn out differently? Because you're more creative than you give yourself credit for, perhaps. You're more creative than even you realize. And yet it's very common to maybe not get in a rut, but get in a situation where the things that aren't working, they keep on not working. And day after day, and days become weeks and months and years. And eventually, sometimes you just think there is no other way of changing. And then sometimes you find little ways of just giving yourself back that moment, that instance of saying, I'm going to change the way things are right now. And when you feel that sense of power and that, yes, I can be an acting agent in my life. I don't just have to be resilient and endure all the challenging things. I can actually find ways that I can be intentional and I can make choices. So for you, where can you be intentional and make a choice, even just a small one, to take a situation that isn't working and make it work better? And as I said a moment ago, you're so creative. So I like to make lists, and I will brainstorm. Sometimes I'll list all the things I've tried already, but more often than not, the list becomes, what are 3 crazy things that I could do to start this out? And then see where else that list goes. And sometimes the crazy thing will never happen, but could I take that crazy thing, could you take that crazy idea and find, well, what's 1% or 10% that I could make that happen in my life? What's 10% that you could move a little bit closer towards something that you desire, something that fulfills you, and something that really honors your needs in the here and the now? Whew. Okay, so the sun has just full on come into my eyes. I hope that you have an incredible evening. Some cottonwood seeds just flew by, and I'm wishing you the best. Please comment below, what's one small change that you could make this week to help bring more of that feeling of, yeah, I am doing something. It can be very small, intentional in your life that's for you, that honors who you are. Alright, and now I will figure out how to end this video.